At first glance, it looks like just another corner of the internet. You might stumble upon it through a shared meme, a link in a gaming forum, or a seemingly innocent video clip. The language is familiar, filled with the casual, ironic slang that populates so much of online life. There are inside jokes, discussions about films, and debates about the latest video games. It's designed to feel normal, a safe space for people who feel a bit different, a bit misunderstood. But beneath this carefully constructed veneer of normalcy lies something far more organized and sinister. This digital space is the welcoming lobby for what law enforcement has come to know as Group 764, an entity that has mastered the art of hiding in plain sight. The danger doesn't announce itself with a warning sign. Instead, it seeps in slowly, subtly shifting the tone of the conversation. The jokes become darker, the ideology more pointed, and the sense of community starts to feel more like a high-stakes loyalty test. What began as a chat about a new sci-fi series can gradually morph into a discussion that isolates and radicalizes its members. This is the group's primary strength, its ability to blend into the vast, chaotic landscape of the internet. It uses the very tools of connection, social media, messaging apps, and forums to forge pathways into the lives of the vulnerable, creating a reality that is anything but harmless. It's a trap, and by the time you realize you're in it, the door has often been locked behind you. This network isn't confined to one dark corner of the web. It is a decentralized hydra with tendrils reaching across mainstream platforms. Every network has its architect, and for Group 764, that figure was an individual known only by the handle Alexei. When the group first emerged in the late 2010s, Alexei was just a teenager, reportedly operating from a bedroom in a quiet suburban town. He was described by early followers as charismatic, intelligent, and deeply disillusioned with the modern world. He felt that society was broken, corrupt, and meaningless. He wasn't a traditional ideologue with a grand political manifesto. Instead, he offered a nihilistic worldview, a belief that the only rational response to a flawed world was to create chaos within it. This simple, destructive idea resonated powerfully with other disaffected young people online. Alexei didn't start with a plan for global disruption. His initial efforts were small-scale, focused on creating a tight-knit online community where members felt seen and understood. He cultivated an atmosphere of exclusivity and secrecy, making membership feel like a privilege. He shared his dark philosophy through long, rambling posts and private chats, framing it as a form of enlightenment. He argued that society's rules were arbitrary and that true freedom could only be found by breaking them. This message was particularly potent for lonely and isolated individuals who felt powerless in their own lives. Alexei offered them a sense of purpose and, more importantly, a sense of power. The transformation from a small, insular chat group to a dangerous international network was driven by Alexei's evolving tactics. He realized that ideology alone wasn't enough to maintain control. He needed to create a system of dependency. He began introducing challenges or quests for his followers, tasks that ranged from simple online pranks to more serious acts of digital sabotage. Completing these tasks earned members status and approval within the group, creating a gamified structure of radicalization. It was a brilliant and terrifying strategy, turning destructive behavior into a form of social currency and slowly escalating the commitment required from each member. As the group grew, so did Alexei's ambition. He moved from orchestrating digital mischief to encouraging real-world harm, all while remaining a ghost in the machine. He meticulously built a system that could operate without his direct, constant intervention, empowering his most loyal lieutenants to recruit and manage new cells. This decentralized structure made the group incredibly resilient. Alexei had successfully created a self-perpetuating engine of chaos, one that would soon outgrow its creator and become a threat far greater than anyone could have imagined. The recruitment process for Group 764 is a masterclass in psychological manipulation, often beginning so subtly that the target is unaware they are being groomed. Recruiters, known within the group as shepherds, scout online spaces for individuals expressing feelings of loneliness, frustration, or alienation. They are looking for the vulnerable, a teenager struggling with social anxiety, a young adult feeling lost after a personal setback, or anyone who feels like an outsider. The shepherd initiates contact not with overt ideology, but with empathy. They listen, they offer support, and they validate the target's feelings of anger and disappointment with the world. Once a bond of trust is established, the indoctrination begins. The shepherd slowly introduces the target to the group's core beliefs, framing them as a secret truth that only a select few are intelligent enough to understand. This is often done in private, encrypted chat channels, creating an intense one-on-one environment. The ideology is presented as a solution to the target's problems, a way to reclaim power and find meaning. They are told that their feelings of isolation are not their fault, but a symptom of a sick society. The group, they are promised, is the cure. This phase is designed to isolate the recruit from their existing support systems, making the group their primary source of validation and community. The next stage is exploitation, where the recruit is pressured to prove their loyalty through action. This is where the cycle becomes truly dangerous. The tasks, as mentioned, start small, perhaps sharing a piece of propaganda or participating in a coordinated online harassment campaign. But as the recruit becomes more enmeshed, the demands escalate. They may be coerced into handing over personal information, compromising photos, or even financial details, which are then used as blackmail to ensure their continued compliance. This tactic, known as collateral, creates a point of no return. The victim is now trapped, fearing exposure and retribution if they try to leave. The final step in this devastating cycle is the transformation of the victim into a perpetrator. To gain status and alleviate the pressure on themselves, members are encouraged to become shepherds and recruit new targets. This perpetuates the system, ensuring a constant supply of new victims to be manipulated and controlled. The individual who was once targeted for their vulnerability is now tasked with finding and exploiting that same vulnerability in others. This not only expands the network, but also deepens the psychological trauma, blurring the lines between victim and accomplice and making it even harder for someone to break free and seek help. The cycle maintains itself, feeding on the very misery it creates. Eradicating a threat like Group 764 is extraordinarily difficult, primarily because it has no central headquarters and no single leader who can be easily targeted. Alexei may have been the architect, but the network he designed was built to outlive him. It operates as a diffuse, leaderless collective, with cells that can spring up anywhere there is an internet connection. When law enforcement agencies manage to shut down one of its primary forums or a cluster of social media accounts, the group simply migrates. Its members are adept at finding new platforms, adopting new codes, and rebuilding their community within days, sometimes hours. It's like trying to fight a ghost. You can disrupt its current form, but it will always rematerialize somewhere else. The group's ideology is another factor that contributes to its resilience. It is not a complex political doctrine, but a simple, powerful, and highly adaptable form of nihilism. It preys on universal feelings of alienation and powerlessness, making it appealing to a broad and constantly renewing demographic of young people. Furthermore, the very nature of our modern internet provides the perfect ecosystem for groups like this to thrive. The emphasis on engagement, the power of algorithms to create echo chambers, and the cloak of anonymity all play into their hands. Tech companies are in a constant battle against harmful content, but they are often one step behind. Group 764's members are digital natives who understand how these systems work and are skilled at exploiting their loopholes. They use encrypted services, temporary accounts, and layers of misdirection to stay ahead of moderation efforts, making the task of policing them on a global scale almost impossible. Ultimately, the fight against Group 764 is not just a matter of law enforcement or content moderation, it is a battle for awareness. The greatest weapon against this kind of manipulation is knowledge. Understanding how these groups operate, recognizing the signs of grooming, and fostering open conversations about online safety are our most effective defenses. The danger is real, and it is ongoing. As long as there are vulnerable people seeking connection online, there will be predators waiting to exploit them. The war against this unseen threat is fought not on a physical battlefield, but in our homes, on our screens, and in the minds of those who are most at risk.